Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and well, this one, I I don't know what else to tell you. They really don't want you to own your games. So you have this headline: Game preservations dealt a huge blow by U.S. Copyright Office. So taking account those are will be the responsible for people sailing to the seven seas even harder. The Digital Millennium Copyright Act (DMCA) will not grant an exemption for video games in terms of preservation. U.S. Copyright Office announced last week, showing that we still have a long way to go in helping to experience classic titles that might not be available to play anymore. Even not playing anymore. Look, for example, at not so old video games like racing games. Look, for example, the older Need for Speeds or the Forza games or the Gran Turismo games from the PS2 and PS3 era. They are not remastering those. Why? Because they don't have a way to sell it anymore because of licensing issues, but still they're not making money off of that, but still want you to force your way to not having a physical way to own them at this point, since the push of digital is just evident by each day. But well, man, let's look what why they don't want us to even have a preservation from even far or older titles. The Software Preservation Network, along with the Video Game History Foundation, filed a petition to expand DMCA extensions to software like video games. This specific effort was to provide an easier way to access games through remote means that might otherwise be protected under DMCA for the purpose of research and other academic purpose. And I have to add, those games play better than the newer ones. That should be a study case. I am all for it because learn from history. Look, like I stated before, even when I rant about wokeness, the games were designed by white men that really enjoyed the media and really wanted to create something fun to play. Being entertaining. That was the main focus, but they chased them away. And you know what? At the end of the day, just like archaeologists, despite if those fucking LGHTV calls claim themselves as non-binary, the archaeologists, if they are not so indoctrinated with that fucking gender ideology, they're going to tell you by biology, oh, this was a dude, this was a guy, this was a woman. It will be almost the same case, well, at least for the study of, wow, this was actually interesting how they managed to achieve that. And they're going to search for the history of the persons behind, the people behind all those games. But since we are talking about historical revisionism, you know where at the end of the day is heading this. Oh man. So the US Copyright Office and even Library Congress have made comments in the past about the importance of game preservations. Just like software in general. Imagine like since that Windows is turning everything into a live service. Their operating system, Windows 11, is just like that fucking piece of garbage. Imagine if they manage your way to make it illegal to even have the older ones running on virtual machines because they are software that companies keep using, but they can't upgrade to another Windows version because it will break everything. Oh man. So those fucking companies are telling you, yeah, we are even erasing the way how to make people get those games legally. Like in the past, you had a PS2 or below of those consoles, whatever is Xbox or Nintendo. You only need to plug the cartridge or the disc and insta play it. Nowadays you have to install it like it's a fucking PC. They are just well guarded PCs, consoles are like that nowadays. Nintendo Switch might have a little relaxations, but it commits the same sins as all constant updates and all the DRM bullshit. They are telling you to your face, these fucking companies aren't doing this to not own anything. After all, they perceived as a threat having gaming preservation because those older games, some of them probably didn't age well, but still, they even have some ideas. Even I have to say that researchers will see that, oh, those games have this sort of content, fan service games. They don't want you to see how they have fallen so far, so unhurt all over the years. Because, let's face it, the companies we grew up, they are not like they used to be decades ago. Well, at least one decade, depending on what company you actually had your trust in there. To continue on, the US Copyright Office and even the Library of Congress have made comments in the past about the importance of game preservation, but the office was concerned the proposed guidelines involving who can access retro emulated games used for academic research or purpose could still hurt the market. Because they play better, you are not selling them anymore, but they are far decent at what you are. I already stated that though. You don't need to hear me ranting about that again. This, in turn, doesn't make any moves to stop problems with copyright rights and takes to plague retro game enthusiasts and preservationists. Because those companies, again, even Nintendo is even the most common ones among, along with Sony and Xbox, but Nintendo it takes the cake. Older games they are not even selling you like a separate version. They want you to be subscribed to their service, be permanently connected to internet to play games through emulations, which said emulation was created when someone from the 70s again give you the argument why you should not support them anymore. While the register appreciates the proponents that have suggested broad safeguards that could deter recreational uses of video games in some cases, oh, God forbid, from people enjoying video games. It's like telling you have a car, but you can't drive because of my regulation, uh, my environmental issues. But well, you have it in your garage and it starts to rust, but even they'll tell you, hey, you have to throw that away, or you are going to, I'm going to arrest you. And you're like, what the fuck? Oh man, while the register precedes the proponents have suggested broad safeguards that could deter recreational uses of video games. In some cases, she believes such requirements are not specific enough to conclude that they will prevent market harms. Nah, they are just fucking disingenuous here. The decision read, other factors in the ruling include inconsistency in documentations and testimony from parties involved. What kind of inconsistencies? Along with recent remasters, remakes. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. They don't know how to create what they did in the past. They can't create new episodes. They only do is sequels, remakes, or remasters, or spin-offs, or reboots like Drag Queen Age Belguard. And other releases that can bring against to modern audiences. They really want to force you to that shit? Come on! Ah, in a statement posted Friday, Video Game History Foundation Library Director Phil Salvador writes that the organization is disappointed in decisions that its efforts, along with those other organizations, have been hampered by lobbying groups like the Entertainment Software Association, ASA. At this point, I have to tell you, the US have a strong mafia that really needs to be abolished. There is a lot of law there, even stopping progress. If you don't believe me, I was hearing this one that the McFlurry, the US Copyright Office allows McDonald's to fix broken ice cream machines. So they weren't allowed to because of the Copyright Office. They can copyright anything. Because they say, oh man, I created this great. I don't want anyone else to improve it or have like the same idea, do something far different with it. They are like that. They are fucking greedy as fuck. Sure, you can have your own IP. I'm not telling you that you should not have, but look what they have been doing. Nintendo with patent trolling along with Sega for video game mechanics. They don't sell you the old games, and when they do it, they do these shitty remasters that have censorship, just like this new Sonic generations. God, these fucking organizations and companies. Unfortunately, lobbying efforts by right holders groups continue to hold back progress. During a hearing with the Copyright Office, the ESA declared that they will never support remote game access for research purposes under any conditions. Look, even what they did to NVIDIA GeForce support, that streaming service, that you have your own library and you could stream it in another place because it was running on a virtual machine. Those fucking companies say, no, shut it down. I'm not going to allow you to do that. I'm not going to allow you to play the game how you want. Oh, motherfucker, I don't know that. If I had tried to play with a console, I bought the fucking game in a console. And if I have it, grabbing my, I don't know why I'm doing that. I just giving you example, grabbing it with my feet to try to play it. You're going to sue me for that? Seriously, motherfucker? Salvador writes, the game industry absolutist positions forces researchers to explore extra-legal methods to access the vast majority out of print video games that are otherwise unavailable. Yeah, and in those copies, I have to admit, those copies, even I have the physical copies, they are going to start to rot. They are not going to be useful anymore. Even I have some physical discs that they are just far beyond damaged whenever I found I couldn't play anything. The Foundation released a report last year that found 87% of classic games or titles that are normally available or on abandoned, neglected, or inactive platforms, neglected most of the time, were not available to play or access by typical means. The number of games that are considered critically endangered in the study has increased with the shutdown of the Wii U and 3DC shops and the Xbox 360 store. Yeah, because there were even some Japanese video games that only released it on those platforms. Again, giving you more reasons to sell the seven seas. Ho ho! Because they are going in their way to waste, lobbying, bribe, corrupt politicians in the United Socialism of America to not allow you to have all those older games or make sure to make you forget about them and give you swap. Hey, don't ask questions. Just consume products and get excited for the next product. It's the mindset they are fucking pushing. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share here with you for now. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a pretty good day. Please take care.